Hello guys and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing the 2023 BMW X7. For 2023 the X7 was facelifted and this X7 has two packages. It does have the climate comfort package and the parking assistant package, and this one is the luxury trim. It's not the M Sport, so let me go ahead and show you all the features this one has. Under the hood, there is a 3.0 twin-turbocharged i6. It is connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission. This engine produces 375 horsepower and 398 pound-feet of torque, and it is connected to a 48-volt mild hybrid system, so it makes acceleration, shifting, and turning on the SUV very smooth. And if you guys are curious about the fuel economy numbers, they are 21 in the city, 25 highway, and 22 combined. Here is a MSRP sticker of this 2023 BMW X7. If you guys are curious about the packages and the standard features it has, just go ahead and pause the video. And the price with destination is $81,745. If you guys are curious about the color is called Sparkling Copper Metallic and does look pretty good on this facelifted 2023 BMW X7. I really love what BMW did with this facelift. It kind of reminds me of a 3-row SUV, but I'm not going to mention the name of it. This color does look nice and sharp on this X7. And coming to the headlights, everything right here in the front is LED, and that's expected from this luxurious SUV. The top portion is going to be the turn signal indicators and the daytime running lights, and the bottom is the high and low beam. It does say BMW LED right there. And overall, I personally think the headlights look pretty good. There is a vent right here on the right, and there is some parking sensors here in the front. The grille is finished in brushed aluminum. This is part of the luxury package. If you guys get the M Sport package, it will basically black out everything. All the window trims, all the brushed aluminum will be black, and I think the M Sport is worth the $2,900 option. And I love the fact that the grille is not too big. I think it's the perfect size, and by the way, the grille has grille shutters. So basically there is vents that open and close to let air in whenever is needed. Here is the front facing camera. I'll go ahead and show you the camera system in this X7 because it is very nice. Here is the BMW badge or logo. In the bottom there is a sensor for the braking assist or emergency braking. I really like the brushed aluminum, and yeah, overall I personally think the design in the bottom is good, and I think BMW did a great job with this facelift. But let's go ahead and move to the side, and I'll show you the side view of this X7. Here is the side view of this BMW X7, and it does look the same as the 2022. So you could mainly tell from the front that this is the facelifted one. Anyways, it does have a decent looking rims. I think those rims are not too bad for the base rims. The size is 285, 45, 22, so they are definitely big, but they do not look that big because of the size of this SUV. As I mentioned, there is brushed aluminum around this SUV because this one does not have the M Sport package. It has the luxury package or trim. In the bottom there is some chrome, there is a side step, and there is a little bit of chrome in the back, and all the window trims are finished in brushed aluminum. On the mirror there is a blind spot monitoring system, turn signal indicator, and a camera for the 360 or the 3D view this X7 has. On the roof there is a panoramic sunroof with some roof rails, and the roof rails are finished in brushed aluminum. And the ground clearance on this X7 is 8.7 inches. But let's go ahead and move to the back, and I'll show you the back view of this X7. Here is the back of this BMW X7. It does look pretty good from the back. There is this chrome trim in the back that I think adds a luxurious look and feel to this BMW. And if you guys are wondering what I'm filming with, I am filming with my iPhone 13 Pro, and I am using the Smart Pro X. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave the link of the stabilizer in the bottom of this video, so the link should be there. Anyways, coming to the back of this X7, the X7 badge is on the left. It is nice and big, finished in chrome. The xDrive for the i is all the way to the right. Again guys, I really like this chrome trim. BM badge is actually a little bit on the smaller side. Not a big fan of where the wiper is located. I really wish it was tucked underneath the spoiler, and I really wish the spoiler was a little bit bigger. And for the tail lights, everything right here is LED, and that's expected, and I really like the pattern right here on the side. So BMW definitely did a great job with the taillights, and I think they are darker than prior to the facelift. So the 22, I think it has a little bit of a lighter look. And again, guys, everything is LED. Backup camera is right there, and there is of course parking sensors here in the back. The exhaust tips are finished in chrome, not connected to the exhaust pipe. I really wish they were connected, and I really like this brushed aluminum. And overall, the back of this X7 looks pretty good. Here is a key of this X7. It does look actually very big. I'm not sure why BMW made the key super big on this X7. It does have a nice design to it, but it's just too long, a little bit on the heavier side. It does have the remote start. You have to click the button 3 times. The lock button is the BMW, and there is 3 buttons right here on the side: unlock, tailgate release, and a panic button. Let's go ahead and open the tailgate. Tailgate opens nice and quick, and by the way, it does have dual tailgate, or the dual design. So basically, top one opens, and then there is this bottom one. You could lower the SUV with this button right here. So if you click on it, the SUV will actually lower down, and if you click this button right here, the bottom tailgate opens. You could actually sit on this. You could use it as a bench, and it is nice and solid. And inside there is a ton of space. There is this privacy cover in the back, and in the back there is seriously a ton of space in this X7. By the way, it does have 3-row SUV. It does have 3-row seating. It is a 3-row SUV, and right here on the right there is a 12-volt, and next to the 12-volt there is an LED light. There is a small storage place right here, and on the left there is another LED light. And by the way, there is 6 buttons right here to control the seats. So there is the cargo max and the seating max. So this will basically drop all the seats down. The top button will bring all the seats up, and if you click this button, this will actually move the front seats to the front, and you could control actually the front seats from here too as well. Let's go ahead and click on the cargo. So if you click this button, all the seats will go flat. So basically cargo mode. And if you click the max button, this will bring all the seats up. So the 2nd row, the 3rd row, very convenient, and I really like that. As you guys see, the front seats are moving, they're adjusting. So the 2nd row goes up. So very nice and convenient just by clicking one button. So let me go ahead and show you what's underneath. By the way, there is some tie downs around this trunk. There is a very nice deep storage place with this privacy cover. So this privacy cover is basically part of the one that is stored in the bottom at the moment. But yeah, guys, very impressed with this X7. Here is the front door panel. The front door panel looks good. By the way, it does have the cognac interior. This top portion right here is nice and soft, wrapped in leather. I love the stitching. Door locks, brushed aluminum. The door handle feels nice and solid. Memory seats. You could control the rear seats from here. This button right here is to control the passenger seat. Here is the tailgate release button. All the window switches, mirror controls, everything looks good. All windows are automatic up and down, and everything sounds good and feels good, and that's expected for an almost $82,000 SUV. The armrest is nice and soft. I love this brushed aluminum. I really like this wood. It is called fine line wood, and the speaker has a really nice design to it. A ton of storage place in the bottom of this door. Usually BMW does a great job with the storage places in the doors, and this is actually nice and soft, so this is good. So there is no plastic on this front door. And by the way, seats are extremely comfortable, and the top portion of the seat actually moves, so it does adjust, and I really like this cognac leather. There is thigh extension, lumbar support. You could actually adjust the sides, so the sides do tighten up. And here is a thigh extension, and the top portion of the seat moves. And let's go ahead and move inside this X7, and I'll show you how it looks like from the inside. And just like that, this BMW X7 is on. This thing is super quiet, and that's due to the 48 volt mild hybrid system this X7 has. So turning on the SUV is very quiet. Even revving it is very smooth, very quiet, and does feel very muted. But I really like that about this X7 because it is a family SUV. It is luxurious and it is expensive, so that's completely fine. The interior looks pretty good. I really like the steering wheel design, and it is nice and thick, typical BMW fashion, and it is wrapped in leather, of course. And yeah, overall it does look pretty good. There is a good amount of brushed aluminum. All the buttons are finished in brushed aluminum. There is some paddle shifters behind the steering wheel, and they do feel nice and solid. Right here on the left there is the cruise controls, and on the right is the volume controls, a few controls to control this screen, and there's the voice command and the phone controls. And yeah, overall the interior of this BMW X7 looks pretty good. And this whole screen is out of the iX, so the new electric car, and this screen is at 12.3. This one is 14.9. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And behind the steering wheel there is the turn signal indicators and the high and low beam, and on the right is the wiper controls for the front and back. And vents look pretty good, but they're very light. They do feel a little bit on the cheaper side. Not a big fan of that. I really like the color combination though. So there's flat black, gloss black, and brushed aluminum. I really like this top vent. It does look very nice. This is extremely soft, so I really like that. And there is this fine line wood. Does look pretty good. And in the bottom there is a few buttons for the headlights. So there's the auto function off. There is the daytime running light, I think, low beam, and the corner lights. Here is the brightness control, and I love the fact that BMW is still doing that. So there is a storage place right here. It is actually nice and big, so that's good. And here is the 14.9 inch screen, and this whole thing is one screen, so one glass. Let me go ahead and actually show you the gauge real quick. So if you click on this button right here, you could do a few things. So you could change the center of this screen. You could change the layout, so how the gauge looks like. And this X7 has heads-up display, so you could change the heads-up display. It is nice and bright, and it's not blinking in person, but it's just my camera that is making it blink like this. Anyways, here is a 14.9 inch screen. As I mentioned, it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The system itself, it's nice and responsive, so that's good. And of course, that's expected from a very expensive SUV like this one. Let me show you the backup camera. Backup camera resolution is very, very good. It does have the 360, and here is the backup camera. And the 3D view is actually part of the parking assistant package, and it's definitely worth it. Very nice and clear, beautiful graphics. Let me see if I could actually, let's see if the steering wheel moves. So yes, it does actually move. Very, very nice. I love the fact that BMW paid attention to details, so this is definitely something nice. And yeah, the backup camera, the 360, very nice and clear. Coming down, I really like this trim. You could like the vents by rotating them to the left, and I really like this fine line wood. And there's some ambient lighting right here. When you open the door, it does actually light up. And coming down, there is the seat binds, emergency light bind, volume knob, rear max, and actually completely forgot to show you. Let's go to the climate control menu. It does have 5-zone climate control, and this is the passenger, this is the driver. There's heated seats, cold seats, heated steering wheel. Here's the fan speed, the modes. Everything is nice and easy to use. And wireless phone charger and storage place. You could close this lid if you want to. 2 cup holders, 1 USB, 1 12-volt. And right here there is a good amount of buttons. There is a home button right here, so those controls right here will control the screen. This right here will lower and raise the SUV. And here is the shifter that will control the 8-speed automatic transmission in this X7. Move it to the front for reverse, move it to the back for drive, move it to the back again for the S or the Sport drive mode, and slightly to the front for neutral. And here is the park button. And here is the e-brake, the drive modes: Eco, Comfort, Sport, Hill Descent, Brake Hold, Engine Start Stop, parking sensor, and the traction control. I love the gloss black with the wood and the brushed aluminum. There is this cognac right here, and this is actually nice and soft, so that's good. And the armrest is extremely soft. If you click on the right side of the button, this will open. If you click on the left should open, but you could hit the center and both will open. There is 1 USB Type-C inside, and the storage place is nice and big. And here is the rear view mirror. It is frameless, and up here there is LED lights, which is of course expected. This button right here will turn on all the lights, and here is the switch to open this panoramic sunroof. SOS, I love the gloss black. Let's go ahead and open the sunroof. And there is actually a glass in the back, so it does have its own individual shade, which is nice, but it is a fixed glass, so it does not open. The shade only opens. Inside there is a very small mirror. Not a big fan of that for a big SUV like this. I really wish that the visor was big, and I really wish that the mirror was big, but there is a nice bright LED light. Here is the back door panel. It does look the same as the front, and I love the fact that BMW did not cheap out, so they did not put any plastic. Even in the bottom, they did not put any plastic. So this top portion right here is nice and soft. I love the stitching. Here is the door handle, feels nice and solid. Window switch is automatic up and down, as I said. And here is the armrest. It is very, very long. It is nice and soft. This is soft. I love this brushed aluminum. Speaker looks good. There's more of that wood, and in the bottom there is actually a nice deep storage place. This is nice and soft, as I said. And in the back there is a lot of leg room. Headroom is very, very good. And as I mentioned, there is this fixed glass in the back, so the shade only opens. And here is this panoramic sunroof. It is nice and big. And seriously, this thing is nice and big, very, very spacious. Seats are nice and comfortable. There is actually controls right here in the back. I never seen this before. So you could move this seat to the front, to the back, and I think this is lumbar support, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is lumbar support. But yeah, seriously, very impressed with this X7. And by the way, I do have it on the highest ground clearance, so it is very high off the ground now. There is a storage place right here, cup holders, and I really like the brushed aluminum. And you could add attachments to the back of the front seats. And by the way, there is 1 USB Type-C right here, another one right there, pockets back here, which is nice. I don't see that a lot anymore. As I mentioned, it does have 5-zone climate control, and there is heated seats back here. The climate control has an automatic function, and temperature, fan, modes, max AC, gloss black, and brushed aluminum. I really like the vent. There is a storage place right there. There is 2 USB Type-Cs with 112-volt in the bottom. And that's how the front of this BMW X7 looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this 2023 BMW X7. If you guys are around and if you guys are interested, make sure to come and see Brittany here at BMW of North Haven. And if you guys are interested in seeing more videos like this, please like and subscribe because it does help a lot. And as always, I'll see you next time.